Hi humans, welcome back to the Architects Workshop. I'm Lola of Tor. In episode 1 of this series, we learned how to navigate and select objects within the Revit interface. And I've linked the video up there so you can check that out. And in this tutorial, we're going to learn more about how to use our grids and start working on our floor plan. To begin, we're going to click on New, and then we're going to click on Browse. Then we're going to look for our template. I'm just going to pick the default MENURTE. Just click that. Okay. Then I'm going to make sure that my create new is on project, and I'll click OK. So when we get into our Revit space, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click UN to set our units. Just going to click on length. Just click on that. A pop-up appears. So we're going to make sure our unit is set to millimeters and 0 decimal places. So you just click on that and click OK. Then for the area, make sure everything is set to meter square, and just check your other units and make sure they are all in meter and degrees and the relevant units. So this is fine for me, and I'm just going to click OK. To save your project, you can just simply click Ctrl S, or you can click on File and a drop down appears and you just click Save. So you select the location where you want your project to be saved. I'm going to save mine in this folder, and I'm going to name it Lola of Tor. Okay. After you've written the name, click on this options button by the side. This maximum backup means the maximum number of extra files, backup files that will be saved on your computer. If you don't have a lot of space on your system, you might want to set this down to like 2 or 3. But sometimes Revit could make it like 20 or 40 or 50, and you don't want that. So I'm just going to leave mine to 1. I'm going to click OK. So make sure you're saving it as an RVT file, not an RTE file, because we're working on a project, not a template. So once all of that is set, you just click Save, and there we've saved our file. Now we're going to set up our levels, and to do that, we're going to go to our south elevation. We're going to pick our levels from the architecture tab. Just pick your level. Come right below it, click here, drag, drop. Click here, drag, drop. Don't worry about setting the dimensions, we're going to do that very soon. Okay, so when you're done, just click escape and your cursor button returns. The next thing we're going to have to do, we're going to have to change the dimensions of the levels and the name of the level. Now, to first of all change the name of the level, all you have to do is just double click. So from the first one, just double click here and you're able to rename it. Let's call this one 4-roof. And then a pop-up will appear when you try to click enter to tell you, would you like to rename corresponding views? Just click yes. So we're going to rename the second level. Just click on the level and you see that in the properties panel we find the name level 1. So we can come here and just rename it 3-first floor, and we click apply. Would you like enter? Yes. So you will be able to rename the first 2 floors. So let's rename this one ground floor. Double click on it, 2-ground floor, and you're just going to click yes. And then we're going to name this one level 1 foundation. So next we're going to edit the value of the levels that we are creating. Levels typically refer to the height, the distance from the ground vertically of any project or object you're going to be modeling in the space. So we're going to edit the value of the level now. So if you click on that level, you notice that we have 2 dimensions. We have one here and we have one here. Now the one here tells us the distance that this level is from this 0. That's the same distance this one is from here. The distance here that is shown, this dimension here, is showing us the distance from the level next to it. For example, distance between this foundation level and the ground level is 3,400 currently. But the distance between the first floor, which aligns with our natural ground level, and the foundation level is 6,000, it's minus 6,200. So you see that there's a difference in the dimension. One shows from level to level, the other one shows in relation to the natural ground level. So we're just going to go ahead and edit all of this. So for this one, we're going to just double click here and we're going to fill in 3,050. Just click enter. Then for this one, we're going to go to our ground floor now. We're going to click on this one and then we're going to come here to edit it. Make sure that it's minus 3,050. We'll click apply and you see that it automatically applies. So we're going to click on our foundation level and then we're going to come over here and we're going to change the value to 2,200. So using 3 different methods, we've been able to easily edit the value of our levels. So next we're going to go to our site plan so that we can put in our grids. So the same way we put our levels, we're going to put in our grids. Just go to your architecture tab and you find your grids under datum. Click on it, click on grid, click and drag, click and drag. So now let's adjust the dimension between the two to be 6,900. We just put that in and okay. Then we're going to click on our grid again and then we're going to put another one in between 1 and 2 and we're going to just click and drag. Then we're going to set the dimension between level 2 and level 3 to be 1,500 and we're just going to click OK. So now let's rename them. So to do that, just double click on the head and just type in A. Double click on this one and type in B. So you can click on this one and just edit it on the properties panel and type in C. So that's it for these dimensions. And another thing we can do, if you would like to see the bubble head on this side, when you click on the grid, you can see a small checkbox here appears. Just click on that and you're able to see your grid on both sides. And if you won't like it to be on the other side, just uncheck the box and you're good to go. So next we're going to make our vertical grids now. So just click on grid and put click, just drag down. You see that the grid continues in the lettering process because we've changed all these ones, but don't worry about that. We're going to edit the value of these ones. Then come to the end here, click and drag. So we're going to set the dimension between these two first grids and we're going to set it to 17,100. Just click OK. Then in between these two grids that we've created, we're just going to click you're just going to put 2 other grids down and then we're going to set the values. The value between this one and this one, we're going to change it to 3,150, while the value between this one and this one, we're going to change it to 1,950. So just like that, our grids have been set, but we want to rename these grids. So what we're going to do is we're going to double click on it and we're going to turn this one to 1. We're going to change this to 2. We're going to change this to 3 and we'll change this one here to 4. So that's done. We've created our grids for this project and we are ready to start putting down our walls. Hope you like this tutorial. I had fun making it. See you in the next tutorial. Signing out, Lola of Tour.